Chipotle. Why is it $23.92 for one burrito? Make that make sense. And if you're thinking, oh, well, you probably got like a specialty burrito. I got one burrito extra meat. And I'm thinking like $23 for a burrito with extra meat. The amount of meat it probably should have had, but you guys give us so little of meat that we have to ask for an extra serving. I looked at my receipt, $7 for an extra serving of meat in your burrito. That's insane. You guys are so freaking corrupt. That's wild. $25 for a burrito. That's Nashville in the back. But come on. I remember a couple years ago, you guys were like, we take so much pride in feeding our clients the best food, and it's organic, and where we get our chicken from. It's like, yeah, but you're charging us $7 for 3 ounces of meat. $25 for the burrito. You don't care about anybody. I'm now homeless because I bought this burrito.
I'm glad Keith Lee called out Chipotle yesterday, because look at this. This is supposed to be a large. Look how many chips I got. What am I supposed to do with this? Then I took it back in thinking that it was a mistake, and he told me that this was the right amount. This is why I don't feel bad when I ask for a water cup and get lemonade.
That's why people go on keto and cola. What is this? This cheese? That's it. That's it. She gave me 4 sprinkles of cheese. And I saw the girl making it. I know she eat more cheese than that.
If you've been feeling like the value of your dollar isn't going as far as it used to, it's because it isn't. I feel like recently everything's been really expensive, so I went through my receipts on DoorDash and found an order from April of 2020 to Chipotle. Chicken burrito bowl, chicken burrito, large queso, large chips, side of guacamole. I had Dash Pass, so delivery fee was free, and then I think it also reduces the service fee. Tip $5, grand total is $32.69. So what do we think that order cost in 2024? Let me show you. Just so you know, I'm not cheating. This is the exact same order. I also have Dash Pass now. Large chips and queso. I don't know why the cost of that has doubled. Burrito bowl, chicken, burrito, chicken. Both of those costs way up. Side of guac. The subtotal on this order is almost double what it cost in 2020. Delivery fee was 0 because I have Dash Pass. Service fee, for some reason, was lower now, not sure why, and then gave the same tip that I gave in 2020, and my grand total was $51.14, which means that it is a 56% increase for Chipotle.
What the hell happened to fast food? I got this coupon for $7 chicken sandwich meal for Popeye. I'm like, I don't know if that'll fill me up the max. I haven't eaten anything all day. Let me get a mac and cheese to go with it. It cost more than the damn meal. What the hell they putting in that shit? It was damn good, but like $8 when the meal's $7? That just don't make sense.
I just left KFC without any chicken. Why? Why did you leave KFC without any chicken, Laurel? Well, here's why. I asked the guy for 2 legs and 1 cheesy roll-up. It was a Taco Bell KFC combined. He said, no problem. Your total will be $11.62 at the first window. $11.62. What the actual... I pull up. The cheesy roll-up is like... I think they're $1.29. We'll just round up. We'll say they're $2, okay? I'm like... You mean to tell me each little chicken leg is about $5 a piece? And he goes, yep, they're about $4.80 something a piece. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want that. I'll go to the grocery store and buy a 6-pack of chicken and fry it myself for like $3-4 max. What the fuck's going on, KFC?
Okay, am I going insane? I just bought tacos from Chipotle. Guess how much it was? $17.70. I can't tell it, like, who's the crazier one. Is it me for, like, actually buying it? Or, like, what reality am I living in that I'm paying $18 for tacos? For tacos? What the? Like, no. Okay. We're getting crazy. Like, we're getting crazy. I mean, Here's a look at them. Okay, I'll show the people. But like, $17? That's insane. This is what they look like. But dude, you cannot tell me $17. Okay, it might be worth $17.
So I apparently have not been to Burger King in a while. My daughter's homesick, and I said, hey, I'll go get you Burger King. Guess how much? I'm a little surprised. So I got 2 cheeseburgers, regular cheeseburgers, not Whoppers, a medium onion ring, and a medium Coke. Guess how much those 4 things are? $15.05. I mean, these are not big cheeseburgers. They're just the little cheeseburgers. $15.05. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been to a Burger King, but am I crazy, or is that really expensive? It's really expensive for what you're getting. I mean, I guess I just haven't been here in a while. We go to Burger King. We go to McDonald's from time to time, but we do use the app. So I'm wondering, like, does Burger King have an app? Am I missing something here? Because who's paying $15 for Burger King? Not even a Whopper, not even like a meal. Like, what's happening?
I am inflation has gone too far. I just got one burrito at Chipotle. It was $20. $20! It was $11 for a steak burrito, $5.40 for extra steak, and then $2.70 for guacamole. Came to $20.68. $20 for a burrito!
My burrito bowl from Chipotle just cost me $19.82. Yes, I got guac, but that shouldn't make it $19.82. That is so much money for one bowl. What is happening?
I just paid $30 for a fucking burger, bro. Like, bro, Five Guys is not that good. I'm gonna have a taste test right now. Taste testing Five Guys to see if this $30 burger is worth it. It's good, but it's overpriced in my opinion. It's good though. I'm definitely never coming here again in my life. Wasting money. That's $30. I could buy groceries and make my own burger with this, man.
Make it make sense. These fast food places is not fast food like they once had did.
Because seriously, why would you go to Wendy's when you could go to Chili's and get lunch for $10? You could get a starter and an entree for $10.99. You could get a drink, a starter, and an entree. At Wendy's, you're gonna spend $12, $13. And for what? For what? $14, $15. For what? You might as well go to a good restaurant while your kids is gone to school. That's the important part, because you don't have to take them, or at work. And then you go get the lunch price for the same thing you would have paid double for at dinner time, and you're gonna be spending less money than you spent at a fast food place. Free game.
Why the fuck is Five Guys so expensive? Does it take 5 niggas to make my fucking burger and fries? I think fucking not. Who owns that bitch? Cause that ass, bro. It's no way you're telling me a burger and a small fry costs $17.99? What? I don't even have to pay $17.99 for pussy. Why the fuck I'm gonna pay for that for a burger and some fries? They got me all the way fucked up. That's why I'm gonna just go to McDonald's. McDonald's will suffice. All I gotta do is spend $5 and I'll come out that bitch with 5 meals. Talking about some damn Five Guys. You could get the fuck out of here.
No matter how hungry I am, I'm never DoorDashing food. Never. I'll drive my ass there. You will never see me order food.
I just tried to use DoorDash for the first time and I am flabbergasted. I've always heard it's really expensive, but I did not realize truly how expensive it is. I am so sick with the stomach flu, so I was gonna try and DoorDash some ginger ale from a store that is less than half a mile from my house. Soda was $1.49 and the total was $9.26. That's before tip. I see my neighbor's DoorDash probably once a week, so I thought it wouldn't be too bad, but that is crazy. I could walk to this store in just a few minutes. I'm not going to because I'm too scared to even leave the couch because I'm so sick and I don't want to get other people sick. I guess I'll just wait 6 more hours until my husband gets home from work.
I be thinking I'm getting promotions and deals from Uber Eats for real. Then when I look at the real subtotal, they should be like scratched off, talking about $30, $40, and your meals actually, they scratch it down to $17. How the fuck is that a deal? And then delivery fee be like $17. Why the fuck is delivery fee so high?
DoorDash has got to be the biggest scam on earth, bro. I was chilling with my friend a couple days ago, right? And we were both hungry, but we were in the middle of watching the game, so we didn't want to leave. And my friend just goes, you know what, I'll just DoorDash or something. And I was like, you know what, sounds good. You know, I'll just Venmo you whatever. And so he puts in the order and he looks at me and he goes, Venmo me 30, we should be good. He flips around his phone and you want to know what I see? A $15 delivery fee. Is my food coming through US Customs? What do you mean a $15 delivery fee? What are they delivering it on? Horseback? Did you just get food with same day shipping? Why am I paying you $15 extra? I'll run 5 miles to get the food before I pay $15 delivery fee. And bro's gonna look at me and be like, oh, it's not even that bad. Like, I didn't realize I was talking to a billionaire. It's already bad enough, the economy that we are in right now, bro. And you think every time I order some food, I'm gonna add 15 extra bucks on top of that? I will bear crawl to get my food if I have to. There is no possible way I'm paying $15 for a delivery fee. But I can't lie, man. The cheeseburgers, they were pretty fire. I can't really lie there. But it's still a scam.
Ordering too much on delivery apps makes you forget how much food really costs. I just found out that the order that I always get on Uber Eats for Popeyes costs $15. Bro, on Uber Eats, after the tip, delivery fee, other taxes, whatever they want to call it, bro, that Popeyes order is like $30. Keep in mind, I have a car. I don't need to order as much as I do. It's actually nasty thinking about how much money I could have potentially saved if I just stopped ordering out. And oh my God, don't even get me started on Five Guys. I don't know who I was feeling like, but getting Five Guys ordered to me was one of the worst decisions I made in my life. Bro, that was a $45 order. It would have still been $28 if I went there and got it myself, which is still pretty expensive. But bro, $45 though, like, I don't even know why I would feel comfortable doing something like that. I'm not even balling like that. I'm gonna start a new resolution for the year to completely cut out my spending of DoorDash and Uber Eats, because I do use both of them. By the way, Uber Eats is way better than DoorDash. DoorDash drivers are incompetent thugs who do not know how to deliver correct, and DoorDash is actually more expensive. Regardless though, bro, I'm going to stop ordering on these apps. I'm going to start stacking my bread. Like, this is crazy.
That $15 meal at Chipotle, DoorDash, and Uber Eats, $28, $29 a pop. This is destroying your budget. The average American spends $300 to $600 a month on fast food or food delivery services. Over the year, that's your down payment for your house. That's you being able to invest more into the stock market. That's you being able to pay off your debt to improve your credit. You're going to have to get serious about food, not going out to eat, not ordering in food, and planning how you manage your money so that you can start to save and reach your goals.
Can somebody tell me why I'm going on DoorDash to buy me a $5 burger and it end up being $32? You got a fee for everything. You got a processing fee, you got an administration fee, you got a faculty fee, you got a fee for everything. I gotta pay everybody that work there, don't I? I don't think if you want me to get up and go get my own stuff, just say that. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Working at the front desk, I be so confused why y'all DoorDash and Uber drivers be coming in with y'all face turned up and a stank attitude directed at me as if I'm the person that ordered the food. This dude literally just came in a couple minutes ago, literally, like I said, stormed in, swinging the door, walk up to the desk, 902. Okay, like, can I confirm your screen, please? What you need to confirm my screen for? Just open the door. Like, they ain't even tip anyways. I should just leave it right here. Bro, like, first of all, baby, I didn't do nothing to you. Like, could you for real bring it down a couple notches? But I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if they're not paying y'all enough, or if, like I said, I don't know if they're not tipping y'all enough, but that's not my problem. Y'all really need to stop misdirecting that aggression and that attitude to the wrong person. I'm literally sitting here trying to do my job just like you just trying to get a quick little buck. Bro, watch your attitude. And then their favorite thing to say is, oh, you take your job too serious. Just open the door. Bro, I'm literally trying to confirm the screen because I can't tell you how many times DoorDash drivers or Uber Eats driver had to come back and grab the food because they delivered it to the wrong building where it was like across the street or next door. Bro, chill out.
Do you ever order DoorDash and wonder why it takes so long for your order to get picked up by a Dasher? I screenshotted some of the orders that I've gotten over the past couple days, and if you look at them, you'll see why I don't take them. And I'm sure other Dashers don't either. It'll continue to get passed along, declined, and passed along to the next Dasher. If that Dasher doesn't take it, it'll get declined again, and on and on and on, until eventually someone will take it, but that's why your order sits. Okay, here you see it's a double order for $5 for 4 miles. That means it's 2 pickups, no tip. $3.29 for 7.6 miles. No, thank you. And you have to shop. This one, I don't even think I need to say anything on. Not even $4 for 15 miles for Lowe's. $3 for almost 10 miles. No, thank you. I'm not paying to deliver someone else's food. 14 miles for $4.60. 9 items from Lowe's is probably big items. No, thank you. 23 miles for $9.32. I don't even know why it's no tip for 16 items at Lowe's going 4 miles. Absolutely.
My kids, they want to get pizza. We go. I take them there because the delivery fee is like $8 or $9. Then you leave a tip. So I'm like, by the time that I could buy another pizza, like I'll just take you to pick it up. So I drive up, I park in front of the place. I'm waiting. 10 minutes go by. I text my kids, you good? They say, yeah, it'll be another minute. Waiting. I waited in my car for 20 minutes. I'm texting my kids, do you guys want me to come in? I'm in my pajamas. I have my house shoes on, but I will come in. They say no. Finally, they come out a little over 20 minutes later, and I look at the receipt, and they tipped like a 20-something% tip. And I'm like, why do you tip? Why did you tip? Like, we came to pick it up. All they had to do was just like throw it to you, which is pretty much what they did, because they said that she just sat there and finally was like, oh, are you guys waiting for something? And then gave it to them and they went on their way. It was there sitting there waiting, and they tipped. I thought the whole point to go pick it up was so you don't tip. I don't know, but yeah, like she said, every single place I go to go get a coffee, you tip. That's fine, because Starbucks, like sometimes it is crazy and I feel so bad for them, so I always tip. But other places, like I went to Jersey Mike's to get a sandwich. They want you to tip there too. It's like every single place, even though you're going in to pick it up, I don't know, is that just the new norm?
Are we not supposed to be tipping our hairstylists? I think we need to start having a guide over where we're tipping and where we're not tipping, because I have always tipped my hairstylist. I always tip somebody who's providing me with like an actual service that lasts longer than like a 5-minute interaction. So nails I tip, hair I tip. When I used to do lashes, I don't do lash extensions. This is obviously like a filter and I put mascara on, but like when I got my lashes done, I would tip. I tip like my servers, my bussers, my bartenders. You know, if somebody's spending time with me and providing me with an increased level of service where I can build a conversation and community, I always tip. Are we not supposed to be doing this? Because I wish that people would explain if their rates are meant to be tipped on top of it or not. Like, this is actually really confusing to me.
All right, I'm just gonna come out and say it. Fuck your tip. Fuck your tip. I am not tipping anyone ever again unless I'm at a fucking restaurant or it's my barber or I don't know, like a tailor for like a wedding suit or something like that. I'm fucking done, dude, because I ordered a pizza, okay? And it was a basic fucking pepperoni pizza. Nothing insane. It was a pickup order, and I get hit with the fucking iPad back at me. And what do? Fuck it. They got the pre-selected things. They got $1, $3, $5. I hit the fucking 3, okay? And then I'm walking out and I go, oh shit, I forgot to get ranch for the pizza because, you know, my wife loves it. I like ranch. And I go back and I'm like, hey, you mind if I get a couple ranch cups? Dude turns around, he opens up the fridge. There's like 500 ranch cups inside this fridge, right? He brings me 2 of them and he goes, that's going to be $3. $3. I was fucking beside myself. I was beside myself. I couldn't fucking understand why the fuck, A, you're charging me for fucking ranch, B, $1.50? Dude, Run me back that fucking tip, dude. Right now. Run it back. I'll use the tip to pay for the fucking ranch. Dude, it's not even like there's a barcode on the ranch. They're like made in-house. So they're little plastic clear cups. And so it's not, you know, you could steal like 50 of them and nobody's gonna fucking know, okay? The system's not gonna like throw up a red flag like boop, 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 2 ranch cups not accounted for. No, just be a fucking homie. You watched me press the fucking $3 tip button. Hook me up with some fucking ranch, bro. You're seriously gonna look me dead in the eye and charge me $3 for 2 ranch cups?
I'm so over tipping culture. I just went to Dutch Bros and the girl was doing her thing asking me, hey, how are you doing? Do you want to go ahead and answer this quick question that's at the bottom of my screen? And it was asking for a tip. And I just feel like if you're already spending $8, $9 on a drink, like I just don't know why I should have to leave a tip for you.
Where are we drawing the line where it comes to tipping? Because I swear tipping has gotten so out of control that everyone and everything wants a tip now. So my husband and I eat out once a week, right? And last week he was like, we should go to the buffet. And first of all, I have not been to a buffet in years. So I was like, okay, fine, let's go. We pull up. We walk in. And I don't know if all buffets are the same in the sense that you pay as soon as you walk in, right? So we paid, and sure enough, she turns the screen around and says, it's just gonna ask you a few questions. And it asked for a tip, and I was like, what are we? I literally spit water out of my mouth. I was like, what are we tipping for? We're standing here for you to charge us. We're gonna get this receipt, go find ourselves a table, and then put the receipt there so we know where to sit. And then we're gonna take our little selves to the food section, pick up a plate, serve ourselves food, get forks, get spoons, get little napkins, walk our little butt again to our table. What are we paying for? I'm so confused. I swear, dude, everywhere you go, a tip will be expected.
Want to get fresh food at McDonald's every time? I'm a former McDonald's corporate chef, and this will be specific to the U.S. as I have insight to the U.S. menu. Now, I've gotten a variety of comments from random people who say, I order my burger with extra pickles, so they have to make it fresh. Or, you know, all these other tips, no ketchup, so they make it fresh. That is not going to do it. You have to either first just ask nice and tell them you are willing to wait. Can I get fresh fries? Can I get a fresh burger or whatever? In the United States, you should be getting your quarter pounder made to order. If they're not doing that, they're actually doing it wrong. So quarter pounders, you should be getting fresh. For all other things, the burgers and sandwiches and stuff are assembled to order at a McDonald's. So that food is in the UHC, the Universal Holding Cabinet, and it is assembled when you order it. So just changing up your toppings on the burger or sandwich is not going to do it. Here's a couple things you could do if you feel like you don't want to ask. You're going to need your burger patty unseasoned. All of the burgers in McDonald's are seasoned with salt and pepper and are put in the UHC. So if you ask for it unseasoned, then they are going to have to make it fresh. Same with the French fries. After they're cooked, they're salted. So you're going to have to ask for them unseasoned. That is really, those are the two biggest ways to get fresh food. But just ask nice and say you're willing to wait, because that's the best way to do it and will be the least annoying, as restaurant crew probably know what you're doing. Do you have any other tips and tricks on how to get the freshest food possible? Let me know in the comments. They're probably wrong, but just ask for the unseasoned things if you're not adult enough to just ask for fresh food and for waiting for it.
Poor people can't afford good food.
It's not true. I'm sorry, it's not true.
We have food deserts, and I can say for an absolute fact.
Poor people can't afford
when you've been skint and you are looking for food, and I've been pretty skint, and the only food you can afford basically is fast food.
Or carrots.
Or carrots.
Well, carrots, spinach, I mean, they're cheap, aren't they? Or not?
If you are poor, carrots are still cheap. Many people angrily argue whether nutritious food is more expensive, but sometimes they accidentally miss the whole point entirely. Let's say you have $5 to feed dinner to your kids. He is correct. You can afford spinach. My closest shop sells this for $2. And you can afford carrots, $1.19. But you have just wiped out over half your budget on a shit 2-ingredient side salad, which is on the side of a completely empty plate. And you are left with some very fucking hungry kids. Alternatively, for less money, you could buy these pizza bagel bites or this massive tub of ice cream. You have given your kids enough sustenance to stop them screaming at you and stopped them starving to death. Bonus. Obviously, yes, you can find more nutritious foods on a budget. But generally speaking, micronutrient-rich foods like fruits and vegetables are very pricey per calorie, whereas ultra-processed foods high in added sugars and refined oils tend to be much cheaper per calorie. If your diet is shit, some people exclusively point the finger of blame at you. Just buy spinach instead. But if you really want to improve the health of a whole nation, you have to make nutritious foods more affordable.
Now Popeyes need their ass kicked. $3.99 for this little wrap. I could see if they was thick, big pieces, crispy. It's a little itty bitty chicken tender that's chopped up with a pickle, a pinch of cheese, a pinch of lettuce. It ain't worth the $3.99. Y'all might as well keep y'all money in y'all pocket. Cause whoever did this, know they didn't set themselves up for failure. I don't understand why they came out with this one. It's not worth the $3.99 hype. I'm sorry. Will I ever get it again? No. 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 No.
Popeyes, I have beef with you because really 8 pieces of chicken with 1 side and 4 biscuits for $30. Are you insane? Are you nuts? Who is that feeding? What family is that feeding? And half the time your food is over greasy or cold. You fast food chains, you guys,
I know talking about inflation is so old, but why was my Chipotle burrito the same price of an Erewhon hot plate? Like, I could have gone to Erewhon, the world's most expensive grocery store, and gotten a meal cheaper than my Chipotle burrito. No, I didn't have queso. I didn't have guac. I had a steak and chicken burrito. $18.79. When it was read to me, I started convulsing. And I didn't order on the app, or else I would have known how much it cost, because whenever I order it on the app, I have to go in and wait like 40 minutes for it to come out. So I just go in and wait in line, and it takes a quarter of the amount of time than just ordering online. And then I obviously asked for a water cup after that announcement, and the water that I picked had no sugar in it. It was just bubbly water. So yeah, get your shit together, Chipotle.
You just can't order Chipotle on DoorDash anymore. If you order on DoorDash, they skimp you with the portions. It's not even close. It's like you have to go to the store and babysit them to make sure that they're giving you, look at this. I ordered double chicken. Where is it?
This is absolutely unacceptable. I ordered Chipotle on Grubhub, and the bowl, like literally a veggie bowl, was $15.10. After tax, I think it came out to like $15.75. Plus like delivery and everything was like pushing $23 US, which is absolutely unacceptable. Like, I mean, this is like San Francisco, and like shit is expensive by general, but like Chipotle, $20, vegan.
McDonald's, I'm gonna need answers immediately. I just went and got my son breakfast and took him for a little like date before school, so he's not getting on the bus. Instead, I'm gonna take him, got him breakfast, we're hanging out. I ordered him a side of bacon, y'all. A side of bacon. It was $1.99. Look at this. That's the side of bacon for $1.99. $1.99 for this. What just happened? McDonald's, I'm gonna need you to respond to this video, because that for $1.99 for this?
An In-N-Out double with fries and a drink now costs more than $10 in California. The higher price due to the state's new $20 minimum wage for fast food workers. A meal at In-N-Out is $10.45 for a double, $8.65 for a cheeseburger, and $8.15 for a hamburger. Those prices are before tax. Sales tax in LA County is 9.5%. That takes the total cost of the double meal to $11.44.
I'm going to piss some people off when I say this, but if you cannot tip when you go to a restaurant for sit-down service, whether you're at the bar, sitting there eating, drinking, not even eating, just drinking, having a conversation, you are there for an extended period of time, or you're sitting at a table, if you cannot afford to tip 15 to 20% when it's good service, don't fucking go out to eat, my guy.
I don't believe in tipping, and here's why. The other day I went to Shake Shack, placed my order on an iPad. I got absolutely no service, yet on the iPad, I got asked if I wanted to tip. And they had the audacity to start at 15, 18, or 20%. Or how about this one? I went to a bar, I bought a drink, and in my receipt has a tipping option at the bottom. But they sneakily put in a service charge right above the tipping option. So whether I want to or not, I have to tip either way. Why are they asking me to tip twice? And then there's Starbucks. So I ordered my drink, which is already like $5, and then they have the audacity to ask me to tip as well. As someone who's worked in the hospitality industry for over 5 years, I strongly believe that tipping is correlated with the service that you offer. If you're already getting paid and it's your job to take an order and hand over a coffee, why do you have to ask for a tip? I'm not against tipping in general. I appreciate when somebody goes out of their way to ask me how my meal was, and I reward that with a tip to thank them.
Okay, so tipping people has gotten ridiculously out of hand. You know, I went to a coffee shop today and I ordered my coffee and I paid way more for it than it should have been in the first place. And then I get a question, do I want to tip 15, 20, or 25%? You know, what happened to the days of tipping for great service? You know, why am I going to tip this coffee shop before I even received my fucking coffee? Like, what if the coffee tastes like shit? What if the coffee took 20 minutes to make? You know, it's just getting completely out of hand. These people who pressure you into tipping, why are their low wages my responsibility? You know, why can't the owner of the establishment pay them more? Why is it up to me, the customer, to make sure that they're making an ends meet?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but tipping culture is out of control and we need to do something about it. I was at a bar the other night and the door guy asked me for a tip on my cover charge. Like the $10 you pay to get into the bar, I put it on my debit card, and then he slides me the iPad and is like, tips are appreciated. And it was auto set to 20, 22, and 25% tip on a cover charge. And like, listen, I get this guy makes no money, right? So if I were him, I'd probably be asking for tips too. But as a consumer, I cannot afford a 20% surcharge on every single aspect of my experience when I leave my house. Like if I'm expected to individually tip every single employee at a bar or restaurant, then I just can't go there. And if enough people start feeling that way, and I kind of, whenever I complain about this, people agree, so I think we're getting there. It's like, that's how local economies tank, actually. That's how bars and restaurants go under, because like, I just can't afford, and the other thing too, and I say this as a former bartender, former server, former Uber Lyft driver, and former Uber Eats driver, so like, I understand the importance of tip. Gen Z won't remember this, but like this idea that everyone deserves 20% for everything is very new, actually. When I was growing up, servers got 20% because they make $2 an hour. Everyone else, $1 a drink, basically. Baristas, $1 a drink. Bartenders, $1 a drink. And when I bartended, I would get $1 a drink and still make more tips than most of the servers. Like taxi drivers, $5, but it wasn't 20% of the fare. Hairdressers, $10, something, you know what I mean? But it's like, now it's just 20%. It's crazy. And I know that no one's making money, so I don't want to like not tip, but at the same time, like I can't afford any of this.
Tip culture died when people in places not fitting for a tip came into the picture. Let's talk about it. The restaurant and business operating industries are becoming very upset because people who are low income and even the people who are decent income are really struggling with giving tips on orders that are already overpriced and extremely high, and they just don't always feel the need to tip. Granted, I understand the importance of tipping when necessary, but I think business owners have to also catch a grip and realize that people are not responsible for paying your employees. You are. Tipping is what we call extra. It's kind of like an additional incentive for great service. Speaking of service, I can't seem to understand why places like Starbucks will have you drive around a drive-through window after you've ordered a juice refresher and nearly pressure you with a Palm Palette to select option 3 to leave a tip.
Why does DoorDash have to be so expensive, bro? Like, oh my god. I always crave food at the end of the day when I don't want to go and drive and get it. 1, because I don't want to, and 2, I just don't want to. Why? When I go drive and get it when DoorDash is a thing. But it's so fucking expensive, bro. Bro, one time I wanted to see if like the Dash Pass actually like made you save money. So I got everything that I wanted to order, checked out, and without the Dash Pass, and it was like $25. So then I signed out, made a new account with a Dash Pass, their 30-day free trial. It was literally the same price. They just said that there was no shipping, but they charged me a random fee that was the same price as the shipping on the first order. I was like, and that is when I decided that I am boycotting DoorDash. Because literally, what is that? Like, that should be illegal, bro. And from that point on, I can't justify spending that much money when if I were to go and get it, it would be $10. But so I just have to deal with not getting food then. If I wanted it that bad, I would go drive and get it. That's what I tell myself. Or usually I see if any of my friends are near that area so they could get it and drop it off at my house.
You should tip your delivery driver, and here's why. If you order ice cream or a milkshake and you want it to come the way it's supposed to, tip your driver. If you don't want your order to get passed from driver to driver to driver until, one of the companies actually pays enough, tip your driver.
I don't know if everyone's aware, but just in case you're not, because I certainly wasn't until recently, DoorDash is that bitch. Uber Eats is not. Like, DoorDash is the coworker that, you need a piece of gum. They always have a pack of gum. And they're like, here, I got you. Hey, by the way, I'm going downstairs. I'm grabbing a coffee. You need anything? That's DoorDash. Uber Eats, on the other hand, is like that guy that always gets invited to the party. He's definitely invited, but like nobody actually enjoys him being there. But every single time there's a party, he's there, and he's always asking for a cigarette. He's always like, yo, does anyone have a cigarette? Like, that's what Uber Eats is. I made the switch recently when I was like ordering Uber Eats for like the millionth time, and like they're like, hey, I know this is down the street and we told you 15 minutes, but it's going to be an hour and 15. Sorry. It always arrives cold, like whatever. Like, I just thought that was just like ordering food, And like one day I just had really had it with the fact that like even with an Uber One membership, and they're like, this is your reduced fee, they're like, here's a packaging fee, here's a delivery fee and the tip and everything else. Like, you're literally paying more between the tip and the delivery fee, even with the discounted rate, than the entire meal. Like, it's out of control, right? My last straw was when I was about to order something in my house that I always order, and they were like, I forget what they called it, but it was basically like low delivery driver availability fee. And they're like, because there's limited drivers, we're going to charge you $5 extra. And I believe it was not even to incentivize a driver to like take it. Like, literally they were just like, we're going to charge you more because we don't have that many people. Okay. I live in a really like congested like city. I'm like right outside the city of Boston. Like, there's no reason that like dumps down the street when I tip this well is not going to drive my order over. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I deleted it. I was like, I'm done with these people. I am so done with Uber Eats. I'm just going to try DoorDash. Oh my God. Insanely cheaper, way less expensive, showed up on my doorstep within 5 minutes. Every single time I've ordered from DoorDash, it's here. And guess what? If the day comes where I order something and it takes a little bit longer, I'm not going to be upset because they're just that bitch. When you pay for like the membership for DoorDash, they do not like charge you with secret extra charges. You literally are just getting like a reduced fee. Not to mention you order from the same stores, and for some reason the items are less expensive than if you were to order it with Uber Eats. It's so weird. You actually get real-time updates. It's not just this weird picture of a car that like ends up on one side of Massachusetts. And you're like, how did you get there? Wait, where are you? Wait, suddenly it's not updating in real time. They actually like send you pictures like, picked it up, on the way. Like, they're the best. I literally will never, oh my God, DoorDash for life.
We all
boycotting Uber Eats, or is it just me? Because I just thought, I'm gonna order dinner tonight. Sorry, I'm not crying. This is literally allergies. My eyes are so watery because of all the pollen. Anyway, my husband's out of town and I thought I'm just gonna give myself an easy out tonight. I'm gonna order dinner and I'm gonna have it delivered to the house because I deserve it. This place is literally 5 minutes from my house, okay? Trying to have it delivered from Uber Eats, the delivery fee took the order from $50 to $70. $70 to have it delivered 5 minutes away. That seems so unreasonable to me. Just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go get it myself. That's absurd. Like, GFY, okay?
Being a DoorDash driver has to be the worst job in the world. Imagine bringing someone their food, they look you dead in the eyes and say thank you. And 5 seconds later, that motherfucker is reporting you for never showing up. And especially if you're a dasher near any school or university, I just feel sorry for you. I remember this one guy who ordered Wingstop from my building. He poured his fries out onto a napkin and took a picture of the empty bag. Then he sends that shit in, saying his food never came. I get that we're all broke college students, but doing that shit is honestly kind of crazy.
Someone want to explain to me what is going on with Uber Eats drivers? Like, do you guys not like your job? Do you not want to do your job? Because I gave you the address. I gave you special instructions for the address. I even called you, I tried to get hold of you, and you still delivered my food at a random location. And you have the audacity to take a picture of it and post it on the Uber Eats app as if you've delivered my food. When I'm sat here with no food, I'm hungry. What is actually going on with Uber Eats drivers recently? In fact, what is going on with Uber Eats in general? The customer service is atrocious. I feel like I'm begging for my food at this point. I really don't understand.
Why is every Uber Eats delivery driver I get a scam? Why? The last 4 or 5 deliveries I've gotten, when I try to call the driver from the app, somebody answers the phone and they're like, I'm not doing your Uber. And at first, I thought it was a mix-up in the lines. And then I started to actually look at the delivery driver's picture and the person who is bringing my food. And 9 times out of 10, it's not even the same person. To be clear, this is not happening with Ubers that are I'm not getting in an Uber and it's the wrong driver. It's just food delivery. I've even had where on the app it says they're on a bike and then this random car pops up and a guy gets out and gives me my food. And again, half the time it is not the person in the picture, but I'm taking the food. Today specifically, I ordered $75 worth of KFC and I have been calling the driver to simply say, please grab napkins. Okay? Calling. Finally, someone answers and I'm like, hi, is this the Uber guy? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, can you get napkins when you're at KFC? He's like, I'm not your Uber driver. Click. What? So what I realized is people are making Uber delivery accounts with someone's ID, guess their driver's license, whatever, and then just letting their friend or family or someone else work the job. And that's why when you try to call directly through the app, the people almost never answer or they're like, huh? What are you talking about? Because it's not even actually them. Comment below if this has happened to you and if you think that this is people scamming Uber and using different people's names or if you think it's just a cross in the lines. Because I honestly think it's the first one.